Azerbaijan. In Persian, the name means land of fire. In ancient times, the Zoroastrians built temples for the worship of natural flames. But over the last 100 years, man has harnessed the country's gas and oil reserves, building new temples to a modern age. Baku became a boom town when oil was discovered in the early 19th century. In World War II, the city was a strategic linchpin for the ruling Soviets. After years of neglect, Azerbaijan is once again emerging as a major oil and gas supplier, attracting foreign workers with high salaries and all the comforts of home. Now, the ancient trade routes are flanked with pipelines. Newfound oil wealth spills over into construction, transport and agriculture.
This year we received more than $9.5 billion from our oil. Next year we expect $12 billion, and so on. In the immediate future, oil revenues will reach $150 billion.
And it doesn't stop there. The Azeri government predicts annual growths of up to 10% a year in the non-oil sector alone. But a staggering 26% of the nation's growth is expected to come from out there, in the Caspian Sea. In 1994, Azerbaijan signed what was then called the Deal of the Century, production sharing agreements with some of the world's largest oil companies. More than $60 billion was invested in getting Caspian resources to the world's market. A key factor in today's growth has a lot to do with the opening of pipelines to the west. A line running from Baku via Tbilisi in Georgia to the Turkish port of Ceyhan opened earlier this year with a capacity of 1 million barrels a day. The pipe is the second longest in the world. Oil is pumped from offshore platforms through here, British Petroleum's colossal Sangachal terminal. In Azerbaijan, the government provides oil companies with favourable conditions.
I think what was very consistent is a desire of the government of Azerbaijan to make this work, and that was actually key. So the very close cooperation between government, between foreign investors, they find a very favourable environment here.
The latest development is the 690-kilometre South Caucasus gas pipeline. Like the oil links before it, the line bypasses sensitive terrain. Armenia and Azerbaijan still remain at loggerheads over the region of Nagorno-Karabakh. The area is predominantly Armenian, but lies in Azeri territory. Under pressure from foreign investors, the pipeline avoids transit through Russia, already an energy superpower, as well as Iran's unpredictable regime in the south. But despite walking a geopolitical tightrope, Azerbaijan is far from financially secure. Massive inflation keeps prices high and spending power low. It shares all the formidable problems of a former Soviet republic on its way from a government-controlled economy to one driven by market forces. And then, of course, one day its oil will run out. By that stage, the government hopes the nation will be on its own 2 feet, rather than propped up by offshore platforms. Neave Barker, Russia Today, Baku, Azerbaijan.